Hey everyone, and welcome to our first episode of Keeping the Beat. You can expect a lot from this series, but first we thought we'd answer the question, who are Boom Hush?
So Boom Hush for us is an opportunity to express our creative vision whilst raising awareness for fabulous causes that are close to our hearts, really. Just that opportunity to be free with our creativity and share our vision.
I was in the shower one day and I was singing one of the songs from Sondheim's Into the Woods. It's the Witch's Lament, I think. And she says the words, well, I think she said the words boom hush in it, but it's actually boom squish. But I was like, oh, boom hush, that's a really nice combination of words. And then the more I thought about it, the more it reflected what Becky and I wanted the theatre group to be. So the idea that you've got the opposites, you've got the unexpected, the unpredictable, the variety.
The thought of doing something different. Lots of people raise money for charity, but I felt when you portrayed Boom Hush that it was more about getting out the understanding of different types of conditions that are necessarily not visible to us.
So EDS for me is my life. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is something I've been living with since I was a child. I got my official diagnosis when I was 19, and I know that actually that's quite young. It's a lesser recognised illness because it has lots of symptoms. A lot of time people are treated for symptoms rather than being recognised as a complete condition. And because it's an invisible illness, you can look at me and think there's nothing wrong with her. Just raising awareness of those invisible conditions and the challenges that come alongside it is really important to me.
EDS affects my life in many different ways. It is a genetic medical condition, so it not only affects myself, it affects my sister and it affects my mum. So growing up, I had to watch two of the people I love the most struggle every single day of their lives with pain, with various different symptoms, and I think that's the problem with EDS being an invisible illness. It doesn't just have one symptom, it has a whole bag full of symptoms.
The first time you step out on that stage, whether it's to perform as a soloist, as a duet, as a troupe, and to see the excitement and the joy that you put on people's faces, I fell in love with that the first instant I stepped out on stage. And even though, I'm getting older, I've had my own family, it's in your bones.
I think it was about delving deeper, wasn't it? It was about looking at, what's going on behind the scenes, and that's a bit like EDS. There's a person who looks one way, but there's something going on behind the scenes. And then with the villains, you just look at them on the surface and think that's one thing, but actually when you dig a bit deeper, there's more going on.
I'm most looking forward to putting on a show and having the opportunity again to live my passion. Unfortunately, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome affected my ability to be able to perform because my joints were not able to sustain dancing. But it has always been a lifelong passion for me, and it was my escapism from real life.
What's the highlight? I think when it is done and looking back and knowing that the group of us have accomplished something so important, oh my God, will be the highlight for me.
absolutely go for it. Don't be nervous, don't be scared. We are not judgmental in any way. We are everyday people who are just looking for people who want to have a good time, get involved, do a bit of singing, do a bit of dancing, whatever it is, just go for it. Because honestly, having been part of musical theatre productions, it's just such a fulfilling experience. And when I first started, was incredibly nervous, and my lovely friend Kay, was like, no, you're coming, you're going to do it. And honestly, it's not something I've ever regretted, and I don't think anyone else would either.